what's up everybody? What's going on? Quick live. I figured I'd do it as a live stream rather than recording a video and doing all the editing and stuff like that. I'll just do a live stream and just get it over and done with. Anyways, Mobile X and Visible. Something that you can subscribe to. Both got plans that are like 25 bucks, so that doesn't seem too bad. Point that I've noticed, I'm using both, and I've used both on and off extensively, and I will say that the Visible base plan that's $25. I mean, yeah, you get network connectivity. It's unlimited. It's unlimited hotspots, right? So it's a pretty good deal. It's a pretty decent deal. But if you're gonna compare it as far as like network quality, like the type of connection you have, and how stable the connection is, you're better off going with the Visible Plus. You're better off going with. I guess you could say technically like it's $45, but like with recent promos, I mean, there's a promo where you get it for $35 for the life of your account. There's promos that you can upgrade from the $25 basic plan to the Unlimited Plus plan at no additional cost to you for 3 months. So if you're paying $25 for the base, you'll get moved up to Visible Plus, but you'll still remain to pay $25 for the next 3 months. And those are actually going to people that's on the base plan. It's coming to you as a promo code within your email that you have, that you use to sign up for Visible. So you might want to check your emails, see if that promo code is there. If you're not on the Visible Plus. If you're already on Visible Plus, you're not going to get that promo. There's no reason to share the promo code because it is a unique individual code for your account. It is not one promo for all. Well, promo code for all. It's not one promo code for all. Yeah, Happy New Year to you, man. But here's the thing though, and while Visible seems like it's got a lot of the good things covering it, people tend to wonder about Mobile X and what it's offering, right? And besides the fact that Mobile X is offering a custom plan where you're not paying so much money per month for a phone bill because you're not overpaying for data. If besides that, the actual connection itself, even if you opted for the $25 plan on Mobile X, the data is more stable and basically more reliable than Visible's $25. So I guess in a nutshell, what I'm saying is to have similar stability that Mobile X offers on its $25 plan, you would have to be on Visible Plus. So basically you're paying $10 more. Now I'm playing devil's advocate and I'm kind of reaching here, but I would say you could look at it like you're paying $10 or $20 more depending on which one you choose to go with, right? If you're on the $45 access price, or if you are lucky enough to get the $35 access price for Visible Plus, right? Or you could literally say you're paying $10 to $20 more just for like the unlimited hotspot. If you kind of wanted to, give yourself like some reasoning behind it, because technically with Mobile X on $25, I mean, if you were to just take Visible Plus out of the equation and just pretty much ask me like, as far as like for stability and network quality, who would I choose? Visible's 25 or Mobile X is 25? And I'm going to be quite honest with a lot of you, it's going to end up being Mobile X is 25. It's going to end up being that. My budget is $35. 45 is on the high end. Oh, okay. Don't mind me if I read comments late just because I'm driving. Yeah, I know people have their budgets, right? But besides the budget pricing, I'm looking also like, again, the stability and the network coverage. But yeah, I was thoroughly disappointed taking that when I was on my vacation, and I was relying on Visible's 25 just for additional data, and majority of the time, data didn't work or was too slow, was sluggish. I was surprised, especially where my dad lives at. Like AT&T and T-Mobile have their 5G coverage out where my dad lives. Verizon doesn't, and that was kind of weird. But yeah, it was just I was really taken away by it. So since I got those emails, because I have 2 Visible lines that were on the base $25 plan. I was using it for like mobile hotspot and everything while I was out there on vacation, and so I got emails on both accounts. Got emails sent from me from Visible that was like, hey, you know what? Try out Visible Plus. We'll give it to you at no additional cost for the next 3 months. So you'll only pay $25, but you'll be on the you'll have the Visible Plus perks. And I'm like, okay, cool. So both lines are upgraded to Visible Plus. I'm actually streaming on it right now. My iPhone 12 has the Visible Plus eSIM on it, and everything seems to be fine. Seems to be functional. Seems to do okay. Then I'm like, the network quality, data speeds, and everything feels a lot like Mobile X on the $25, and I'm like, okay, So really, what it boils down to, while I'm rambling off here, what it boils down to is that for the network access that you get on Visible Plus, you get that on Mobile X for $25, right? So you get it for just basically $25. What is the caveat to that? Well, the caveat being is that, of course, Mobile X has 30 gigs of high-speed data access before you are throttled for the remainder of your bill cycle. And so people will be like, oh, 30 gigs, that's not great. That's bad. I can blow through 30 gigs pretty fast. And I don't know how people are blowing through 30 gigs really fast. Because, compared to the different companies that I've used, data calculations on Mobile X is really weird compared to, like, say, Google Fi. Like, on Google Fi, it tells me in one day I use 2 gigs of data. And I do the same thing on Mobile X, and it's telling me that I've used, less than a gig. And same with Boost Infinite. Boost Infinite says I use less than 1 gig a day. Using something like Metro by T-Mobile, and even though Metro is like unlimited, it still gives me data calculations, and it tells me that I use 2.5 gigs a day, and it's all doing the same thing. It's all social media, Twitter, Facebook, that type of stuff. So, like I tell you guys, in a 30-day bill cycle with 30 gigs of data from Mobile X, and I think the lowest I've ever brought it down to before my bill cycle restarted was having about 15.4 gigabytes of data left. And yes, while I rock 2 different phones or sometimes 3 phones with me, the Mobile X was my main line, and it's the one that I pretty much use all the time off Wi-Fi. It's like that device that had the Mobile X line was off Wi-Fi, and I only use half of that in 1 month, maybe even less sometimes. So I guess really what I'm saying here is because there's a lot of content creators, and they'll go over the plans, they'll go over the perks, the additional stuff of each carrier, but I'm just talking to you guys as a consumer. And since I'm talking to you guys as a consumer, it would only make sense, that I would come at you guys this way. Let's see. Verizon and AT&T has the most coverage, but rural towns are lacking carrier coverage, maybe because of low. I don't know. These days, I mean, I really don't know, because there hasn't really been a place that I've been through where, Verizon and AT&T are the only ones that have coverage and T-Mobile lacks coverage. Everywhere I've gone to, there's always been the big 3. It's always been them. And with me saying that, it's basically just stating that there's coverage everywhere. Now it's not going to be identical, same data speed, same data latency, any of that stuff. It may not be the same on that part, but it's been fine. I honestly feel like that the and I'm just being honest though, but like it doesn't make sense for people to argue about carriers and stuff, because where one thing works for you, it may work great for you, and that's great. It may not work great for other people and where they're located. I think that's like the one thing that's like always kind of overlooked, is like everybody wants to measure these carriers, like this has the fastest 5G, this has the fastest 5G, but it's like, but you're only judging it based on areas that you go to, right? So you really can't say that it'll be the same way that it is for you for other people where they're located at, and everyone kind of overlooks locations. I think that's just one of the weird things about it. It's just people overlook locations. My area has very excellent coverage with Verizon and AT&T. My area is going to have very great coverage with T-Mobile, and I'll tell you guys why. Because Sprint actually did really good here. My city and my state was one of the few places where Sprint did really good. They did really good. So, with Sprint doing that, this being a Sprint area, that now that T-Mobile has it, so now it just makes sense that, T-Mobile would do great here. Yeah, that's part of the, that is part of the issue. The one size fits all type of mentality. It's not. That's why I really don't I've learned from my mistakes, because I'm gonna admit my own faults and my guilts, and I used to be that stupid person that would talk that shit. But honestly, going around places, like traveling back home to Hawaii to see my my sister, and going to my dad's, and going to Flagstaff, going to Las Vegas, going to all different places, and it's just like each carrier has their strong points and their weak points. But because a carrier has a strong point here, like T-Mobile has a pretty strong point here in this city, doesn't mean I'm gonna say that everyone should be on T-Mobile. Like that is the scale, right? Is location, type of service deployed, right? So like how many towers have they upgraded to carry their latest bands, and their if their system allows aggregation. So those step into it, and then also the amount of subscribers that are on it, right? Like here in my city, I know that if more people were on Verizon like they used to be, T-Mobile would be even more blazing fast. But T-Mobile is steady where it's at, and that's just because there's a lot of people here in this city that use T-Mobile or Mint Mobile or Metro or whatever T-Mobile MVNO. They use them here, and so you have a lot of people that's on T-Mobile. Go to Alexandria, Pineville, DeVille, Louisiana, and watch your Verizon coverage become spotty, weak, non-existent, where AT&T works great. I visited my family and others. Yeah, well, you know what? Southwest Oklahoma, it's pretty weak. Actually, from southwest Oklahoma to South Oklahoma in the Texas border, it's pretty weak on Verizon. Verizon works good in Oklahoma City. I'll give it that. It also depends on your Wi-Fi work spot. I'm on Wi-Fi so much I barely need to, yeah. I can get by with 2 gigs a month if there is no power outage. Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. You ever considered Mobile X? It's out of curiosity. It's out of curiosity. I know Mobile X is at CES, and their booth is going to be available tonight. Fortunately, I cannot make it up to Vegas for CES, so. But yeah, that's just really my thoughts. What I pay for on Mobile X for $25 a month, and the network connectivity and basically just the overall connection itself is far better than being on Visible's 25. Even though Visible's 25 gives you unlimited and unlimited hotspot, you know, you can have the unlimited, but if your data is not connecting, or if you're constantly, you know, just struggling to connect, to have any type of paid load, you know, page load up or anything like that, then what's really the point of having truly, you know, no cutoff unlimited data plan if you can't use it? That's how I see it. Now, I'm not saying that Visible's bad and people should leave it for Mobile X, nothing like that. Like, no, but I think people should know that, you know, if you want the truly unlimited, but you want a fantastic network connection, you're better off going with the Visible Plus, signing up with that. And for obvious reasons, right? You look at Visible Base and there's no limitations on it really, other than the fact that, you know, your network connection and everything like that is not going to be the greatest, right? If you go on Visible Plus, there's a 50 gig limitation, 50 gigs, and then, you know, you're basically kicked off their ultra wideband. So then you go back down to like what the $25 base plan was offering. So I don't know. The way I think about that too is like, you know how how you know, we were connected to 5G or LTE, and then when you use your priority high-speed data, it drops down to like, you know, 2G speeds. I think that's like the model that Visible has, right? Like if you're on Visible Plus, you're gonna have that really good network connection along with the perks and everything like that. But once you go over 50 gigs, you'll drop down to their $25 the $25 plan access type. And I think that's a pretty good thing though, because although, you know, it wasn't very dependable, especially in places that I went to on vacation, you know, like I live in this city and I'm here majority of the time, and majority of the time it does work pretty good here. So if I was on Visible Plus and I used 50 gigs and they decided to, you know, throttle me down to their Visible 25 base connection, I would have no problems with that. So I live in California, where Verizon is best, followed by AT&T, followed by T-Mobile. Yeah. I'm waiting for the missus to get off work. I gotta pick up my kids from school. Just let her know that I'm here. Anyways. But yeah, other than that, I mean, if you guys want to know what my daily driver device is, it is Boost Infinite T-Mobile Access. I have no problems being on the T-Mobile network. AT&T is okay, especially right here in this parking lot. Like if I don't have my phone with the AT&T SIM because my daughter's using it, but if I did have my Boost Infinite with the AT&T SIM, in this parking lot, the AT&T connection, wherever the tower is, I think it's like somewhere off that way, about like 2 blocks that way, and it's on 5G plus, and like the download pulls, I pull 500s on the down, so not hitting gigabit speeds, but half a gig pretty much per second download, and like 100 on the uplink, right? And it's when I go 5 blocks south near where I live is where it's like 150 down and like 10 megabits on the uplink. But right here in this parking lot nearby, an AT&T tower was upgraded, and so yeah, it's pulling pretty decent speeds on 5G plus, so it's not bad at all. But you know, reliability, the Boost Infinite T-Mobile Access SIM that I ordered through Amazon, because that's how you get it. Again, I'm going to reiterate this: if you want the T-Mobile Access on Boost Infinite, regardless, right? So if you call in and they're like, yeah, you're going to get on the AT&T network if you sign up through boostinfinite.com. If you want to get the T-Mobile Access, order it through Amazon Prime, because all Amazon orders are fulfilled with the Boost Infinite T-Mobile Access SIM card. So once you activate, you'll be on the T-Mobile Access network regardless of your address. Why they did it that way, I don't know. I don't know why Boost Infinite decided to do it that way. That was just so weird. So it's like, sign up through them and you're put on the AT&T network, or if you're in an area where Dish is available, you're put on with the Rainbow SIM. Order through Amazon and you're put on the T-Mobile network no matter what. That's what they send you. So strange, Boost Infinite sometimes. So strange. I really want them to do good. Like, I want all these carriers to do good and have the best at what their goal is as far as them being, a company. I just always frown upon them when they make very stupid decisions. But really, that's, I don't know. Visible is crushing Mint Mobile from T-Mobile where I'm at right now. In the more rural areas, it's the total opposite. Yeah, I mean, but that's what I mean. That's what I meant earlier. If you were in here earlier, what I said when I said that, people forget it's all about locations too. Where your service works good in one area will not guarantee it for everybody else in their areas. So I mean, that's just how it goes. That's the name of the game. It's a giant thing it's a carousel. It's the price is right. Spin the wheel. Wheel of Fortune, spin the wheel, type of thing, yeah, so. Anyways, I think she's going to be getting off here soon, so let me go inside and meet up with her. And thanks for coming in and checking out the live stream. Hopefully you guys enjoy what I had to say. Really, I mean, it's just my opinions. And like my dad said, opinions are like assholes. Everyone's got one. So you don't have to agree with me on any of my opinions. It's totally cool. But yeah, I'll talk to y'all later. Take it easy.